Okay, I've been fighting with that friggin' tube for the last half hour here off camera, and only now I'm finally getting it to finally let go and come up there. It was basically, it's one of those deals where it's glued or almost vulcanized itself to the rim. Luckily it didn't stick to the tire. The tire hasn't been on there that long, but for whatever reason, because of the pressure and the flexing back and forth in the of the tire against the pushing the tube, I guess the pressure down on the rim, they always seem to do that. They will glue and stick themselves to the rim, and that's exactly what it does. There's a little bit of rust in there, nothing horrible, but just enough that the steel, the hot and the cold, the sweating or whatever creates condensation in there, and then they rust a little bit. And like I say, just the pressure that those tubes have a tendency to glue themselves to the rim. But anyways, fucking with this or whatever already. It's stupid. We're in winter, spring, winter, spring, winter, spring. You take your jacket off so you're comfortable to work and the wind picks up and you're cold. Put your jacket back on so you're not cold, and you sweat up like a bugger, and then you really get cold. So, one of these stupid change of seasons. We're not spring yet, we're still winter, but we're not really winter. We're starting to transition into late winter, early spring. This thing is, I've been using the bar to literally get around the tube and try to get this thing unglued from the rim. I've been fighting and fighting and fighting with this thing. Ah, man, come on. I am literally got it down in here and pulling and prying the tube off the rim. Yeah, you can hear it. Maybe you can't on camera, but you can hear it ripping and tearing as it's peeling off the rim. There we go. Jeez. Is one of these going to fight me right to the bitter end? Cruddy, miserable thing. Oh, you piece of shit. Now you're going to say, well, you should have just barred the tire off. You know what? I used to do stuff like that when I had extra help. But when you don't have extra help, you have to learn how to do these things by yourself. Hats off to all the tire service guys out there. You guys have my respect. I know why the tire shops charge what they charge to do this, but unfortunately, it's the tire shop that makes all the money. No disrespect to them either. I know they all have expenses, they got overhead, they have to make their profit margin. But to the guys that have to go out in the field and service tires like this, they're just getting paid a lot of times meager by the hour wage. There's not much for, well, guys that put in their time doing this stuff or whatever. Like I say, you got my respect. I almost got it. I got a little bit more here of tire stuck here. This tube stuck, I mean. Oh, you miserable piece of shit. This side is all glue and glue, but there's one spot here, for whatever reason, I can't get the bar under it. And wouldn't you know, that's where it's stuck real good, too. Ah, come on, you son of a bitch. I can hear it in there, slowly peeling off as I stick the bar in it. There we go, you fucker, you. There. Ah, yay. Piece of shit. Well, now I gotta get the leaf blower out and blow all the inside of this out. There are any bits of crap and dirt and rust, and I gotta check for any damage inside the tire just in case. But like I say, it wasn't this tire, it wasn't gushing air out the sidewall or out the face anywheres. It was a slow rim leak here by the valve stem. I could hear it chirping slowly here, and it was slowly going down. So I brought the machine back to where I had a turnaround clean here, so I can get in and out with the pickup, because like I say, I was working on the trail over yonder there and working on that landing. So yeah, going to get the leaf blower going here. I got another block of wood here. I'm going to jack it up underneath this tire here to hold it up a little more. And then I'll blow this all out here. It works good, the leaf blower, for getting crap. I've used it many times for doing this kind of stuff. So anyways, there we go. My tire looks good. I don't have any issues. I just run my hand inside the bead here, checking for any perforations or anything. No, the inside feels good. Just the tube, it's an old tube, it's time. They do that. They all suddenly they'll get a fisheye in the rubber somewheres, and they'll the problem is nowadays most of these tubes are no longer the gum rubber tube. If you had the old gum rubber tubes years ago, the real rubber ones, they would last 50 years. You could reuse them and reuse them and reuse them. Christ, I know guys that have you could wear out half a dozen set of tractor tires and still reuse the same tube. But now the tubes are made out of some sort of final compound, and more plastic than they are rubber. So no, there's nothing wrong with this. No, it's just a tube that decided to give up the ghost. So anyways, we'll get this cleaned up. My little handy dandy Johnson Red 2126, I think that's what it is, BV 2126 leaf blower here. I'll just keep working my way round and round like that with a leaf blower inside of a tire or a rim like that, because I want to get, as long as there's little bits of rust and dust and dirt and whatever little bit of debris, it's a good way of cleaning out any kind of big truck tire or a tractor tire or skidder tire, whatever. That's the way to get it done. So anyways, I'm just doing a visual, another once over here visual check, seeing if there's any breaks or anything that could pinch a tube, but no, I don't see nothing. The tire's clean, it's still a good tire yet, so. There we go. Now, I gotta get my tire stem insert out here. This is what I'm talking about here. These little your Schrader valves inside of here, but the whole valve stem unscrews and comes out. Those of you that play with this stuff, you know exactly which one. I don't need any explanation, but for those that don't know, this is how they're put together. Then you have a little plastic security cap here that goes over, and threads down on the base of the tube there. It has a threaded outer section here that this holds your tube up into the rim, so it doesn't your valve doesn't drop down when you get it in there. You got to feed it through your hole and then put this this little insert there in there to hold it. you got to use the little locking ring there to hold it. So yeah, anyway, now we got to get this tube in here. Whoa, jeez. One nice thing about everything being frozen like a skating rink, it's bugger to work on, but it's nice and clean though here. Everything is, you don't get no dirt in your tire, not like doing this in the summertime on the ground. If you don't have a shop floor, concrete floor to work on, it can be a real bugger. But yeah, we're going to get this in here. Like I say, I'm probably making this look way more difficult, or making it harder on myself than it actually is. Sometimes best to do is just do this barehanded. Gloves are a pain in the ass when you're dealing with rims. So, biggest thing with this is you don't want to get any little bits of gravel or pebbles or anything in here if you're doing this on your driveway somewheres or on a gravel landing or whatever. If you got stone, that's the worst thing, because you're going to bugger up a tube in no time if you do that. You get one little pebble in there, it'll flex back and forth and chew up the tube in no time, and you're back to square one. So you got to be pretty aware of this kind of stuff. So just trying to get this tube laid in here nicely. Don't want to get any weird twists in it or anything. Got to lay it in all in the same direction, same way. Make sure your valve stem is lined up with your hole, the right side up, all that kind of stuff. I've seen guys literally put them in upside down and try and twist the valve stem around. No, I have not done it, but I have seen other people do it. So how they do it, I don't know, but do it they do. They manage the impossible. Now I gotta try and lay this tube in here a little bit better. Come on, get in there, you piece of shit. You gotta get it over and I want to get this. Mistake I made is I should have got the valve stem in here first while I had some slack. Get in there. You dirty rotten prick. Oh, there we go. Where are you? Get it lined up with the hole here, and we're going to get this in here, and then I got to get my valve and my keeper there, my little ring there. I actually have a valve stem with one of these with a fishing wire, like I call it a fishing wire, but a little piece of a small aircraft cable brazed to it, and then I can feed it through. I don't know why I didn't bring it along to do this. Kind of dumb on my part, but anyways, you just feed it in here, screw it into the thing, and then you can just fish it up through there, and works wonders. One of the easier ways of getting these valve stems here in the rim here, instead of fighting with them like I'm doing here like a dummy. Come on. Son of a bitch. Get in there. Come on, you're almost there. You know you want to. There we go. Gotta get this little cap on there. The keeper cap. And then I'm gonna go. Actually, you know what? I do have that wire in the truck, but I already got it fed in here, so. Come on. Jesus, these things can be a pain in the ass when you. Try to get this at the very tippy toes of your, very tips of your fingers, or your tippy toes, wherever you want to call it, or whatever you use. Fortunately, they got these protector rings welded on the rim on the skidder to keep. They got a cap that goes on here to keep the twigs and brush and sticks from busting off. You have to when you're in the bush working. That's how skidders are set up. If you don't do that, you're gonna and then so tractor rims are a lot easier. They're just a smooth rim. They don't have any protector rings welded on them to protect the valve stem. So when you're working inside the confines of a tire or inside these rings here, that's something else. Okay, we got this placed in here. I'm just turning it now inside a little bit, just laying it so it's nice and flat all the way around in the tire, so it's not doesn't have any funky folds or twists or anything. Just making sure that everything is laid out the way it's supposed to be. Hard on the arm. There we go. That's actually laid in there very nicely. So I'm just going ahead and inserting my valve. I should have a keeper. Actually, they have some tire shops have these. Ouch! Hard on the old arms. They've got a keeper to keep that from mushing, because if you put pressure on it, you can pop that thing, and then the whole thing will go back in there. So I might go try and dig up that wire, see where I got it at there. But I'll drop the blocks of wood, and then we'll start barring this tire back on here. There we go. Get one. We got two. That was a block from my truck, jacking block. And then I got the third block of firewood here. Underneath here, I need to get this one out. There we go. And we got that. Now we got to get busy barring these tire back on here. Oh boy. You want to make sure you don't have crap under the threads of your boots when you're doing this. I want to prefer to have it up over that way instead. I want to get my tire over that way so I'm not barring close to my, I just have to step on each side of the tire, start working my way around, because if you work your way around to where your valve stem is here, you're liable to pinch your tube, because that's where it comes up by the rim here, and if you don't want to be prying there with your tire service bar. So I'm just going to stand on it here like so, and then start the process of working my way around here, slowly getting it back on. Come on. Don't want to shove your bar in too far so you can get the tip of it out easy. Just roll it out like so. I'm against the wheel of the machine, so not always. If you want, just to hold the tire down over at the other spot here, just use a pair of vice grips on the rim to hold it so it doesn't walk away from you. Just to hold the bead there so it doesn't keep chasing you, because you can end up going around in circles like an idiot. So something to keep in mind. Be mindful when you're doing this that you don't catch your tube. Make sure the tube is laying down in there. That's why I went ahead and made sure I laid the tube contour to the tire on the bottom side so that it's not folded up over here by the rim close where it can get caught with the bar when you're barring it on. See? Popped the vice grip off there and got pressure on it, but that's okay. We're already 2/3 of the way there. So, oh, I have enough bite there. tough spot here. Come on, you bugger. You got to be careful you don't rip the bead on your tire either when you're doing these kind of things. Make sure you're down below the outer ring there. Little bites at a time, not too much. That's what you want to do, get it in little bit by little bit. There's no easy way of doing this. This is how you do it, little bit by bit. Now, for some of you say, well, I should have used soap and water and blah, blah, blah. Well, I think it's like -7 or 8 out today. So, yeah, I'm doing it dry. I should have used some WD-40 on here. This last little bit here would have worked actually. But like everything, when you're not, unless you got a fully stocked service truck, you don't have all these things handy when you're not in your home shop. When you're out in the field, this is how it is. You improvise, you make do, and everything takes a little longer. That's how it is. Trying to get this frickin' bar underneath this lip here. The rim has got a reinforcing lip here. Come on, you dirty prick. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go get a fucking hammer. Again, I don't have a frickin' ball pin hammer. I don't have a 2-pound. I got a 2-pound shop hammer, a cross pin hammer that normally I use for doing this kind of work. Why I left it at home, I don't know. Now all I got is a friggin' carpenter's hammer. No, that's not gonna. I don't want to cut my bead. There. You dirty rot. There we go. Done. It is on. Whew. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Oh, you got that. Pick that up. Get that in the truck before I forget it. Okay, we're going to get the air compressor going and get the air hose rolled out here and get on with this here. Pick up the last of my tools here. I got to tighten down this valve here. There we go. Get my compressor going. Handiest little tool I ever bought. Handiest rig I ever bought is that that little compressor there. A little well, here, let me show you. A little portable little Jenny air compressor. It's got a like a, I don't know, whatever, 5-horse Honda on it, 4-horse Honda, and these are automatic unloader valve and all that good stuff on it. Incredibly good little compressors. I bought this a couple years ago, and boy am I ever glad I did. Of course I didn't buy it new because they're stupid expensive brand new. I got this at an industrial auction. I don't know, whatever, utility company or whatever was selling off a whole bunch of their stuff for municipal services, I guess city or something or whatever. They were getting rid of, every few years they buy all new equipment and replace all their old stuff, but this one was still in good working order, so I got it for cheap, and boy am I glad that I ever got it. That's the handiest thing. It saved me, well, a lot of service calls or whatever in the past, but anywho, But we got this, like I say here, back on the rim here, so now I'm gonna go ahead and like I say, get that little compressor fired up there and get the air hose stretched out here and slowly start pumping this. Now, like I say, with these things here, you got to be when you're pumping industrial tires like this, you got to be super careful, because you don't want that blowing up in your face. You can get yourself in trouble in a hurry. But anyways, we're gonna get at it here. So it's cold out today, so I don't know how many pulls it's gonna take to get this crazy thing going. Now, just my luck, it won't start. Anyways, I'll pause you folks, and I'll bring you back here when I get this thing mostly aired up. A lump of snow here yet on top of everything else. Jesus. There's got to be a lump of snow right here, a ridge of frozen snow, and then it's a slick ice put behind it. Otherwise, none of that really happens. I got it too damn high. Okay, now we finally get this hunk of junk back on here. Oh, I gotta go get the rest of my wheel nuts and put them back on here and try and go find my nuts after this. Oh. Well, there we have it. I got it back on the machine and torqued down, and the last one there is snugged up and on there with my homemade wrench and 5-foot cheater pipe there, and that's how you snug them down. And no, I don't have to come back and re-torque them. They're torqued and they'll stay torqued for however long that tire and tube will stay on there and keep running. I won't have to mess with that again, hopefully for a good while yet. So now I just got to adjust the tire pressure. It's still a little bit low. I got to add a few pounds, 2 or 3 pounds more air into that tire, and then that's it. I'm back and ready to go. Should I have been manhandling this by hand like I did? No. Well, there we have it. Got the tire back on the machine, and oh well. Was it smart for me to be wrestling with a rim and tire like I was doing? No, of course not. I already have a bad back, so it's not a good idea to be doing this kind of crap, but oh well. When there's nobody around to help, there's nobody around to help, and when you're the only one, you got to figure things out. If I was at home doing this, not an issue. I got other front end loaders, I got the backhoe, I can chain it and swing it around and turn it, and it's not that bad to do one. But when you're out in the bush, I can't leave anything over here anyways, because this is public lands here. People can come in and out anytime they feel like it on these trail systems and these logging roads. So you leave any tools here anytime, any amount of time to go home and get a machine to come back and do this. An hour or two later and half my stuff or all my stuff would be gone. So you got to think ahead a little bit, and well, could I have done a little different? Maybe, but for the most part not really. Anyways, thanks everybody for stopping by and checking out another one of my videos. If you're new here, I welcome you. If you're a return viewer, I thank you for coming back again and seeing the silliness that I get into. Anyways, looks like I'll be cutting a little bit of wood here going forward, so stick around. If you like that kind of stuff, come back and check it out. Anyways, don't forget the old thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section. I always like interacting with you folks here on YouTube. Anyways, thanks everybody, and we'll see you all on the next one.